Alright, what's the deal with your boy Love on the Hate One in the building with your boy Gil, and we back at y'all with another radio call. You guys already know we finna cook. But with that being said, it comes down to the Devin Haney rematch, you guys. Man, I do not feel like that fight is going to be like it was in the first fight. I'm edging Ryan Garcia, but I think the fight will be more competitive. I think that Devin Haney will get dropped in the rematch, and Gil, you might disagree with me, but I don't see the power that Ryan Garcia had at the lower weight classes, 140, 135. You guys have to understand, at once upon a time, Ryan Garcia really has scary power. I'm talking about as soon as he touched you with that left hook, it's like it was over for you, literally over. But now it seems like, if Mario Barrios could take 50 left hooks flush on the chin and not even get dropped, because he got dropped with the right straight, but he never got dropped with a left hook, and he was landing that motherfucker. Because I was like, damn, how the fuck is Mario Barrios not going down from this? It's the weight, you guys, and also the left hook to the body. Mario Barrios wasn't going down from those neither. So I do feel like it's definitely the weight for Ryan. Now, was Mario Barrios hurt throughout the fight? Yes. Did he go down? Yes. Did Ryan Garcia hurt him with the right hand that people been saying, oh, he only has a left hook? Yes, we get all that, which is why I told you guys I feel like he may drop Devin Haney once or twice, but I don't feel like it's going to be down there to the point of a KO like it did in the first fight, but hey, that's just me, you guys. Shit, my boy Gil might disagree with me, but when it comes down to Ryan Garcia, the speed is still there. Ryan Garcia still got that power too, but like I said, I don't see the one punch knockout power like I've seen in the lower weight classes. As far as Ryan Garcia going undisputed, I don't know about that. That's a tall order, but it's possible. If Ryan Garcia can somehow, if he can beat Devin Haney, that's another. I think he for sure can go. He can unify, but going undisputed, man, that's a tall order, man. I don't know about undisputed, Ryan. You might be looking too far ahead of yourself with that one. But that's my thoughts on it, Gil. What's your thoughts on those 3 questions I just asked?
Honestly, I think he will not go undisputed. And the reason why is because I don't think he's always mentally applied himself. I think he has a lot of potential, all the potential in the world, bro. Like you said, he has a wicked left hook. He has all these intangibles, but he doesn't always focus. I think he needs to use his focus a little bit better, and then he can start talking about going undisputed and all this stuff that he talks about. But you got to show that you want to be in boxing and not just be in the streaming and all this other stuff. You got to really show that you want it, and he hasn't done that really. I mean, his last fight he looked good, but you also got to look at his opponent. Once you get into the harder fights, can you really do it like you did to Barrios? And I just don't see it right now. I don't know about the future. I just don't see it right now at this point.
I do feel, but I know this. I know if Rolly do not beat Ryan, because I feel like Ryan and Rolly, they gotta eventually face off again if they're both gonna stay at 147. Because I don't hear no news.
If you notice,
of nobody leaving.
Ryan didn't want to talk about Rolly when he won against Barrios. He talked about everybody else except Rolly. Why is that?
Because we both know. I low key think Rolly is that man kryptonite on the low. Because Rolly just got a bad style matchup for Ryan.
He has an awkward style, and I think that's what makes him difficult.
Yeah, so
you can't really read him unless you're a guy like Pitbull, because Pitbull is a come forward, come get you guy, right? So you always have to be on your P's and Q's, and Rolly couldn't do it.
Yep, and I always told people, he do got a suspect chin, but Ryan didn't knock him out or even hurt him in the first fight. On the actual main stage. And in my opinion, he was supposed to stop Mario Barrios. But, I know Mario Barrios tough, decent chin and stuff like that. But, Mario Barrios been hurt and stopped before. So, that let me know Ryan Garcia ain't what it cracked up to be at 147.
What I say is maybe he doesn't have the power, but he can start working on his timing. It could be more lethal than power. If you have the right timing, you put them on their butt.
Yeah.
So,
But see, that's the thing though, Gil. I do feel like, and always will feel like, Ryan Garcia can put guys. He can knock guys. He has the power. The power's still there. I just don't see the scary one punch knockout power that we were seeing at 135 and 140. You know.
That's why I liked him with Eddie, because Eddie would always work on those punches with him, the hooks, and all the crazy stuff that he was getting the knockouts with. So that's why I liked him with Eddie. But he said that the distance was too much for him to travel, to be going to train and stuff like that. So
no, well, I get that. I get it. So the ultimate. Just last two questions. I wanted to get a quick answer from you. Let's just say next fight. Okay, and ultimately, I feel like this is the fight. This may just be the biggest fight in boxing right now. I'm not talking about in general. I'm talking about as we speak. Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney, the rematch. We all know is going to be a whole bunch of hype going into that fight. And what I like about
they both like to talk, bro.
They both like to talk, exactly. And what I like about, especially motherfucking Bill Haney, but I like a little talk though. I don't know about you, Gil, but I like, when fighters, it makes the fight more fun. And both the fathers here talk trash too, because motherfucking Henry Garcia be talking his shit. So, but and Henry Garcia, he be having me rolling sometimes with some of the shit he say, but that's he's kind of funny a little bit. So, but he
be checking people.
He do be checking people. And what I like about Henry Garcia, he don't try to be all PC, politically correct and shit when he speaks. He just say however he fucking feels, really. Devin Haney, man. Shit. I feel like the rematch is going to happen, you guys, and if it does happen, when it does happen, Gil, man, talk to your boy, man. How do you feel about this one? Man?
What I'm curious to see is whether Haney can withstand getting hurt again. Maybe not put down, just getting hurt. How he reacts to getting hurt. Is he gonna try to grab? What is he gonna try to do? Because the first time he didn't really try to grab, bro. He was just dancing around when he got clipped, and he didn't know what to do after. So that's where I'm curious, because I do think it's gonna be different. I just don't know what adjustments he has made to not get caught with that hook.
Well, let me tell you this. One thing we know about Devin Haney, he finna have on his track shoes in the rematch. So, and that may favor him, because think about it. In the first fight, he was trying to, I don't know what the fuck Devin Haney was trying to do. He was fighting with his emotions, and he was trying to come forward and I don't know, he was trying to stop Ryan. I don't know what the fuck he was trying to do, man.
I think he was trying to prove a point and he got caught.
He was trying to prove a point and got caught. But in this fight, we both know Devin is gonna have on his track shoes. Ryan is going to have to cut off that ring. Just how can you not your full prediction, Gil, but what's your thoughts on that? Do you think Devin Haney can pull that off, or do you feel like it's just gonna be a rerun of the first fight?
If he does it like you said, and he tries to box and he tries to move, I think it could get more complicated for Ryan. But at the same time, I think once Ryan could put one of those punches to him, I think that's where we're gonna see if he has made any real adjustments, because I think this is gonna be a totally different fight because they know what to expect now.
Yeah, they both know what to expect. But I will also say this about Devin Haney, man. One thing about Devin Haney, even though he got his ass whipped in that first fight, he did have moments in that fight where he had some success. It was some rounds in that fight where I said, damn, Devin Haney did take this round clearly, but I feel like the knockdown's just over. When you get knocked down 3-4 times, that overpowers all that boxing shit. So nobody really gave a fuck about the boxing, because all we was worried about, well, not worried about, but we was excited for the fucking knockdowns and shit, and him almost getting knocked out if it wasn't for that referee. So I do feel like Devin Haney will survive the fight. I don't know, man. I just got to edge Ryan, man. His whole mentality and just knowing you beat a guy multiple times, not just that one time. He beat you a few times in the amateur too. So Ryan beat this dude before several times, even though he beat him. So.
Ryan had a weight advantage also, but he paid money to Haney to allow the fight to go on. So there was an advantage there. I'm not talking about the Austrian, I'm talking about the weight advantage that they agreed to, so they shouldn't be making excuses on why they lost, because they accepted the money.
They accepted it. That's why I always say, you know how I say, Gil, if you're not ready to cook, don't get your ass in the kitchen. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I really don't give a fuck about none of that. That's why a lot of people want to say, same thing with my boy Canelo. A lot of y'all think I'm biased for Canelo, but look, it's the same shit with like he tried to bring up certain things. You know, he didn't say no excuse particularly, but he was just saying, you know, he could have been, you know, a better Canelo. Same shit with the Bivol shit. You know, in my head, I'm like, you know, hey, if you're not ready to cook, don't get in the kitchen. We don't want to hear none of that after the fight. But even though I think it's true, we still don't want to hear it. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it, though, Gil. I just want to know your thoughts on Ryan Garcia and a few of his, you know, potential fights coming up. Well, a couple. And, you know, that was it. Any more final thoughts?
I still got questions on him, bro. I gotta see more from him. That he's really ready to take boxing seriously, because I just don't think he is. But we shall see what happens, because he says he's ready. He says he wants to be undisputed. So let's see if he can pull it off.